Hey guys, I'm Nick. As you can see, I am someone who likes wasting his money on plastic. If you've been collecting toys for a while, then you're probably no stranger to the topic I'm about to discuss right now. We're gonna talk about the never-ending debate of Funko Pop versus Nendoroid. On the blue corner, we have Nendoroid! Woo! And on the red corner, we have... let me just get this here. Funko Pop! Hey, come on guys, Funko Pops have their merits too, okay? So, as some of you may know, there are heated debates about which of these toy lines is the better one. Many toy enthusiasts consider Nendoroid to be the superior toy line. However, Funko Pop continues to be more popular among the masses. In this video, I'm gonna break down the pros and cons of both toy lines to help you determine the winner of this long and fierce battle. First, let's talk about Funko Pop. I think the most interesting thing about Funko Pop is that there is a Funko Pop of almost anything. Aside from the usual Funko Pops of superheroes, cartoon characters, and anime characters, we also have Funko Pops of your favorite TV shows, politicians, athletes, and even fast food. And because there's a Funko Pop of almost anything, these toys can be considered the perfect gift for almost anyone. Let's say you want to give your mom a present for her birthday, and you can't think of anything, but you know that she's a fan of a certain show or a certain music group or a certain TV show, and then that's your answer. There is a big likelihood for there to be a Funko Pop that aligns with the interest of someone you know. The selection is just so wide. Another good thing I can point out about Funko Pops is that they have a very nice box layout. In my opinion, one of the best and most iconic box designs for toys. This is minimalism done right. And that's saying a lot because minimalism is a lot of times abused. Some of you probably know what I'm talking about, but here it's done very well. It's utilized very nicely in a way that's very balanced, if you ask me. You can just leave your Funko Pop in the box. It's still gonna look really aesthetic inside the box because the box just looks so nice. Okay, now let's talk about the cons of Funko Pops. As a lot of collectors would say, Funko Pops are arguably a little bit too expensive. I mean, they are affordable. They are still cheaper than Nendoroids, but some people would argue that they're too expensive for just basic figures. And Funko Pops are as basic as you can get. Not all, but most of Funko Pops have dot eyes, and a lot of people find that cheap. In the Philippines, if I remember correctly, Funko Pops would usually go for 600 to 700 pesos. That's like around $12 to $13 US. Well, it's been a while since I last checked the Funko Pop market, but yeah, that's the usual price. However, Funko Pops are very hype driven. Because they're so popular and because there's a Funko Pop of almost anything, prices tend to go up a lot with Funko Pops. I remember back when Game of Thrones was still hype, there was an episode where Arya Stark had a pretty big moment, and soon after, the price of her Funko Pop just skyrocketed. It was pretty crazy for me. And on a much sadder note, Funko Pop is very prone to scalping. I remember people hoarding Jollibee Funko Pops. I also remember people jacking up the price of Kobe Bryant's Funko Pop when he died. It's sad, but well, that's human nature. A lot of people would be willing to do that for a quick buck, which is sad, but it happens. That's not to say that this doesn't happen with Nendoroid. It's just that it's crazier on the Funko Pop side. I guess at this time, we can kind of call them the NFTs of toys. That's a really funny way to put it. Man, it makes me wonder when Funko is going to make a Funko Pop of the NFT ape. Hey guys, Nichols from the future, and I just found out that Funko Pop does make NFTs. I honestly think this is ridiculous, but let's be honest, we all saw this coming. And lastly, the biggest con for me about Funko Pop is that these toys don't really do much. The more common Funko Pops like this one only have basic head rotation. And that's all they do. Whereas some other Funko Pops, usually the ones from Marvel and Star Wars, are bobbleheads. Yeah, they shake like this. I mean, I guess some people are into that. And if you like putting bobbleheads in your car, I guess this can work for you. Okay, now that we're done talking about Funko Pops, let's talk about Nendoroids. First of all, Nendoroids have very good quality. Good Smile Company, while not perfect, is actually, I'd say, on the higher level of quality control. And in some cases, they're actually willing to replace your parts if you find damage. If you have a badly damaged figure that came out of the box that way, they'd be willing to supply you with replacement parts. But take note, this doesn't happen all the time. They're only able to replace parts if your reason is valid and if they have the supply for it. So yeah, Nendos have very good quality both with the paint and with the plastic. Older Nendos had like this weird plastic that would get a little sticky over time, but I realized they've improved their plastic. The stickiness doesn't really happen anymore. I mean, maybe it does, but in my experience, it hasn't happened much for my newer Nendoroids. For the second reason, I think this is where Nendo really beats Funko Pop. The playability. Nendoroids are very customizable and very playable. They have articulation, they have joints, they have lots of accessories, and you can even interchange their parts with each other. Nendoroids have a very modular design, and this modular design allows for a lot of customization. I've actually made some custom Nendoroids in the past myself, and additionally, Nendoroid also offers the doll line, which allows for even more customization. You can dress up your Nendoroid dolls, or you can keep them naked if you like it that way. Why not? The third thing I want to talk about with Nendoroids is the continuous improvement of the line. Over time, we've seen Good Smile apply new improvements to the toy. One example is the plastic quality. As I've mentioned before, older Nendoroids used this plastic that got a little sticky over time, but now that doesn't seem to happen anymore that much. And another improvement is the joints they've been using. Back then, we only had the basic hinge joints, but now we're starting to see Nendoroid use ball joints, use joints on elbow sections. And over time, we're also starting to see like more unique accessories. Accessories that light up, accessories that can be used for dioramas. Looking back, you can really see that they really did try to improve the toy line. The next thing I want to talk about Nendos is how their aesthetic seems to work with almost any kind of franchise. Yes, Nendoroid started off as an anime-focused toy line with Neko Arc being the first Nendo, and Good Smile, if you're watching this, just make a new one already, okay? Release Neko Arc 2.0. You are gonna make so much money if you release that, Good Smile. Come on, if you're watching this, just make it happen, okay? Anyway, back to the topic. It's very impressive how Good Smile was able to adapt the Nendoroid style to superheroes, video game characters, live action characters. It's amazing. They've also made figures of popular J-pop stars. We have even K-pop Nendoroid, and I think they made it work. And another thing to commend about Good Smile is how they're so good in engaging with their fans. Like, they would post these surveys, they would even feature their fans on their Instagram account. And I think this really helps Good Smile's marketing. They know what the fans want, they know how to make the fans happy, they know how to make their fans have a good smile. They did not pay me to say that. We've had like a lot of re-releases lately. Re-releases that were very on demand, like Attack on Titan re-releases and Zero Two from Darling and the Franxx, who was very, very on demand for a while. And Good Smile responded to these demands because they're very good in knowing their fans. Now the last pro I want to talk about is the price. Well, it's not 100% a pro. For me, it's both a pro and a con. Nendoroids are more expensive than Funko Pops, but the thing is, you actually get what you pay for. They come with good quality, they come with customizability, playability. So yeah, you get what you pay for. However, the con here is that the price seems to be going up a bit, and I believe this is a pandemic-driven economic change. Hopefully in the future, Nendoroid prices will go a little bit down to what they once were, as the world slowly recovers from the pandemic's economic effects. Okay, now let's talk about the cons of Nendoroid. Firstly, the presence of scalpers in Nendoroid is increasing. There was almost no scalping in Nendoroid back in the day. Back in 2013 or 2015, prices would go up and down depending on demand, but there weren't hoarders, there weren't scalpers, there weren't people taking advantage of hype to put their products on sale for crazy prices. Now, of course, that's been a thing in Funko Pop for a very long time. It's a very mainstream toy line, Funko Pop, but it's only starting to become a thing for Nendoroids. But then again, as I said a while ago, that's just human nature. Human beings will try to make a quick buck out of something when they can. And while it is sad and while it is real, I just hope that it doesn't become as bad as how it is with Funko Pops. And now the second con of Nendoroid is the limited selection. I think this is where Funko Pop actually beats Nendoroid because, like I said a while ago, there's a Funko Pop for almost anything, while in Nendoroid, it's actually really limited. I mean, if I want a Nendoroid Manny Pacquiao, I'm gonna have to sell for the Funko Pop because there is no Nendoroid Manny Pacquiao for now. And the same could be said for Jollibee and the Colonel. However, Nendoroid is slowly expanding its scope. They started with just anime and anime games, but now we have superheroes, we have Disney characters, we have even K-pop Nendoroids. It's something I never expected we'd actually get eventually. Heck, there's even a Nendoroid of Thomas the Tank Engine. And who knows, the next Nendoroid might even be Kanye West, right? I actually hope to see more TV show characters. Nendoroid How I Met Your Mother would be amazing. Like, sure buy. Ted better come with a blue French horn, like the Funko Pop does. Okay, now for the conclusion. For the sake of not pissing anyone off, I'm gonna conclude that there really is no real winner here. It really depends on what you want in a toy and your purpose for buying that toy. If you want something basic just for display purposes, and if you don't really play with your toys, then Funko Pop might be for you. But if you want playability and if you're a toy photographer who likes making dioramas, if you want a toy that will really entertain you, then go for Nendoroid. There are so many things you can do with Nendoroid. You can display them, you can play with them, you can customize them easily, you can create amazing dioramas with them. So yeah, if you buy toys for entertainment purposes, or if you want to be an Instagram toy photographer, and I also think it's very important to consider what kind of series or what kind of entertainment you're into. If you're a filthy weeaboo like me who likes anime, then you clearly have to go for Nendoroid. I mean, Funko Pop does have some anime too, but yeah, just no. If you're more into Western TV shows and movies, if you like Western sitcoms, if you like superhero movies, Marvel, DC, or if you're into fast food, then you're more likely to find the character you like as a Funko Pop. Though if you're into Marvel and Star Wars, then I think either way works, really. Or you know what? Just get both. Well, if your wallet can handle it, that is. So yeah, that's it for the video. I hope I gave you an answer. But of course, we know the real winner here is Nendoroid. Who said that? Who said that? I did not say that, by the way, just so you know. Please like, comment, subscribe. All of these things help the channel a lot. If you disagree with me, go ahead, let me know. I would like to know your thoughts, even though they may hurt my feelings. Stay safe, keep collecting, keep wasting that money, and I'll see you guys next time.